The air was thick with tension. Dust swirled through the training field as the sound of barking echoed across the base. Sergeant Ryan's voice roared through the microphone. "Kilo, engage!" In a split second, a massive German shepherd sprinted forward, muscles coiled like steel springs. Within moments, he had tackled a padded soldier to the ground, his eyes locked, unblinking and precise. But this wasn't just another drill. For Kilo, it was survival, and for Ryan, it was redemption. Ryan had served in countless missions overseas, but after losing his previous 9 partner Shadow during a bomb detection operation, he swore he'd never work with another dog again. The loss haunted him. Every night he could still hear Shadow's last bark echoing in his dreams. But fate had other plans. The military introduced a new batch of 9s for elite tactical training. Dogs bred and trained to detect explosives, track enemies, and protect their handlers under the harshest conditions. Among them was Kilo, a strong, intelligent, and fiercely loyal German shepherd. The first day, Kilo refused to listen. He barked, growled, and ignored every command. The other trainers gave up, labeling him a too wild. But Ryan saw something else, the same fire that once burned in Shadow's eyes. Against all odds, he volunteered to train Kilo. Ryan began from scratch, bonding before commands. He spent long nights sitting beside Kilo's cage, talking to him softly, earning his trust. Slowly, Kilo began responding. A small bark here, a wag of the tail there. Their first drill was brutal. Obstacle courses in the rain, explosive sound simulations, sent tracking across miles of rough terrain. Many teams quit halfway, but Ryan and Kilo didn't stop. When Kilo got cut on a wire fence, Ryan carried him all the way back. When Ryan fell from exhaustion, Kilo refused to move until Ryan stood again. This wasn't just training, it was transformation. Over time, Kilo became one of the strongest 9s in the unit. He could sniff out explosives buried deep underground, scale walls, and even perform silent takedowns. But what truly set him apart was his heart, his unbreakable loyalty to Ryan. Then came the real test, a high-risk mission in a war-torn zone. Their objective, clear a suspected bomb site before soldiers could move in. Ryan and Kilo were at the front line. As they entered the abandoned village, silence hung heavy. Kilo stopped suddenly, ears up, body tense. His training kicked in. He signaled. There was danger ahead. Ryan froze, realizing Kilo had detected something beneath the dirt path, a buried wide. But before they could mark it, a nearby explosion went off, shaking the ground. Ryan was thrown back, his radio shattered. Dazed, he saw Kilo limping, but still alert. Despite his injury, Kilo crawled toward the signal area, sniffing, scratching, alerting Ryan again and again and again. With trembling hands, Ryan marked the spot and called for the bomb squad. Minutes later, the bomb was safely defused, saving dozens of soldiers. Kilo collapsed in Ryan's arms, eyes weak but alive. Ryan whispered, "You did it, buddy. You saved them all." Weeks later, Kilo recovered fully. During the ceremony, the commander stood before the troops and said, "Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's doing what's right, even when you're afraid. This dog showed us that today." Ryan saluted, tears in his eyes, as Kilo barked proudly beside him. From that day forward, Kilo became a symbol of strength, loyalty, and sacrifice, not just for the military, but for every handler who ever lost a partner and still found the courage to train again. Rain poured down on the military base, thundering like distant bombs. Sergeant Ryan stood silently under the dim floodlights, staring at Kilo's training field. Now empty, a year had passed since their heroic mission, and though Kilo had fully recovered, the war wasn't over. The Army had a new operation plan, more dangerous, more unpredictable. And this time, Kilo and Ryan were leading the team. Intelligence reports warned of a hidden terrorist base deep in the mountains, a location so treacherous that even drones couldn't scan it completely. The enemy had planted multiple wide, improvised explosive devices across the terrain. Only a 9 unit could navigate it safely. Ryan and Kilo were chosen once again, but this time, Kilo wasn't the only dog. 3 other Elite 9s joined, Luna, Rex, and Ghost. Each dog specialized in something unique. Luna, explosive detection expert Rex, enemy tracking Ghost. Silent infiltration together, they were known as the Alpha Unit. Before deployment, Ryan pushed the team to the limits. They trained on rocky terrain, simulated ambush zones, and explosive chambers. The drills were brutal, but necessary. At first, Kilo struggled to cooperate with the other nines. His instincts made him protective of Ryan, often ignoring other handlers' calls. Ryan noticed it and said softly, "A buddy, teamwork will save lives this time. Trust them like you trust me." That night, Kilo approached Luna, offering a quiet nudge with his nose. For the first time, the pack trained as one. Under moonlight, they executed perfect maneuvers, synchronized attacks, silent crawls, rapid detection. Their precision stunned the entire base. They were no longer trainees. They were elite military assets. The operation began before dawn. Ryan's team flew over the mountains in a silent helicopter, the wind roaring outside. Kilo rested his head on Ryan's arm, calm but ready. The moment they landed, the silence was eerie. No birds, no movement, just the faint hum of the forest. Kilo's ears twitched, a signal. He moved forward carefully, sniffing the ground. Within minutes, he detected the first explosive hidden under a layer of wet leaves. Ryan marked it immediately, but just as they advanced, a sniper's bullet cracked through the silence. One soldier was hit. Chaos erupted. Ryan took cover, shouting commands. Kilo stayed low but didn't retreat. Instead, he sprinted toward the direction of the shot. Fast, fearless, unstoppable. The sniper tried to escape deeper into the forest. Kilo tracked his scent with laser focus, weaving through smoke and debris. Smoke and debris. Ryan followed, shouting, "Oh, Kilo, hold position!" But Kilo didn't stop. He knew the sniper was aiming for Ryan's team. Suddenly, Kilo lunged, tackling the sniper before he could fire again. Both rolled down the slope, crashing through mud and rock. When Ryan reached him, Kilo was bleeding from a shoulder wound, but the sniper was captured. Ryan's hands trembled as he pressed against Kilo's wound. "You did it again, buddy. You saved us all." Days later, the Alpha unit returned home. The mission was a success. All explosives diffused. Target captured, no further losses. Kilo was treated immediately. Though his injury was severe, he recovered with incredible speed. During the debrief ceremony, the commander looked at the soldiers and said, "Bravery isn't about orders. It's about instinct, loyalty, and sacrifice. These dogs remind us what true courage means." Ryan placed his medal beside Kilo's collar, whispering, "This is yours more than mine." Months later, Ryan and Kilo began training new recruits, both human and canine. Every bark, every command carried the story of their battles and bond. Young soldiers watched in awe as Kilo demonstrated flawless drills, his presence commanding respect. At sunset, Ryan stood beside him and smiled, saying softly, "You're not just a soldier, Kilo. You're a legend." The camera pans out, showing the training field, golden sunlight, and a flag waving proudly in the wind.